Welcome back to Weekend Out. My name is Gaurav. Naam to suna hoga. Now, in my quest to find you another restaurant, I've come back to this street after a very long time. I used to frequent Diafa Street when I had just come to Dubai, and now this street, of course, is known as 2nd December Street. But this is a buzzing place in the evening, known for its restaurants. And right here, I found a brand new restaurant. Now, this restaurant is called Shabu Shabu. This opened about 5 or 6 months ago, and this restaurant is different. It looks different. The food it serves is different, and when I say different, I mean different. So as different as it seems, every aspect of this restaurant is different. Look at this. Now when I asked for the menu, I got this. Now this is almost a magazine, but this is something that's very interesting. It not only tells you about what is available, it also tells you about how to go about your ordering, how to go about your eating. Like for example, this one has something called the Shabu Shabu etiquette as well. So it tells you how to use your chopsticks, how to dip, how not to re-dip, and things like that, which you may find very interesting. So this will not only help you in your meal here, but it will help you in your meal otherwise as well. Now this has also got a food dictionary. So you will find words here that you may have heard but don't necessarily know what it means. Now of course, when you have a menu which is this size, which is like a magazine, I don't need to tell you that they have a lot on offer. But what we are going to try here are going to be specialities. So I may end up having 3 main courses, but these are 3 specialities that you must try when you're at Shabu Shabu. Or to rephrase that, you must come to Shabu Shabu to try these things. We're going to try something that's called Shabu Shabu itself. So this is where the fun and the learning all starts. I'm going to have Shabu Shabu, and Shabu Shabu is actually a Japanese way of having very thinly sliced beef which is cooked in this soup. Of course, now we have other things as well, so I'm going to have chicken and some seafood as well. Now this, if you go to Japan, especially Tokyo, is a tourist favorite. So you'll see a lot of tourists having this, but this is equally popular with the Japanese people as well. Now this is also, you could say, very similar to the Chinese hot pot. So you have lots of things on the table, and then you put all of them in this broth or the soup that's boiling here, and then you have them. Of course, sometimes you can do it on your own. Sometimes you need help from the restaurant. My help is Diane, and she's right here. Diane, this looks amazing. How are we going to have this?
So now we'll start the Shabu Shabu.
Okay.
Okay. So sorry, is it okay for you this garlic?
Yes.
I will put both sides.
Tried one side. Yeah. So this is sort of a learning process. The soup is being made in front of me. We're adding ingredients with every passing second. It's time now to add our chicken, beef and seafood. This is the combo that I'm having. Diane, you can go ahead and put it inside. And of course, there's some noodles here as well. Looks really good. You can put it in one side, it's fine. So the chicken's gone in, and now are we putting the beef and the seafood as well?
So I will put the beef the other side.
Okay.
Sorry, you can try the soup now. You can taste.
I can?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can try. This one is no peanut.
Okay. This is what you call really steaming hot.
Enjoy your Shabu Shabu. I will bring this up.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So that's it. Her job is done. The Shabu Shabu is ready. All we need to do is now enjoy the Shabu Shabu. It's got some nice chicken in here. It's got eggs, some vegetables. And all I need to do is take as much as I want and enjoy it. So this is superb stuff, right? This is like a clear soup that you're having with your own choice of ingredients. You've put in your choice of meats and your choice of vegetables, or you could do this just with vegetables. You know, it's funny how we would think of this as a soup, but in Japan, this classifies as a main course. An entire family could sit, bond on the table, and this would be their dinner or their lunch. That's how simple these things are. And really, what is this? This is one of the most simple ways of eating healthy food. And can this classify as fast food? I don't know. Now this is really fantastic. The soup bowl, this bowl where the soup is kept in, has two partitions, right? So what I did was I had two different things made. So one is with the peanut sauce and one is without, and I'm enjoying both these. The peanut sauce actually kills the spices. So once you start finding it too spicy, I'm having the one with the peanut sauce, which is not so spicy and adds its own flavor of the peanut as well. If you've enjoyed watching this so far, then there's good news for you because it's only going to get better from here. What we're going to try next is something very unique. It's called hot rock. You'll of course have to wait for that.
I was visiting Thailand and I stayed there for 4 months. And I was walking one day in Thai Mall. It's a very famous and big one. And I saw a very long queue. And I was wondering what would make people queue for such a restaurant. It took me half an hour as a single lady to get a seat. I walked in and I was just looking around and I saw everybody cooking their own meals and I said, wow, this is fascinating. And I promised myself if it tastes good and the concept is good, I'm going to bring it back home to Dubai, where I consider Dubai is my home.
So this is the hot rock, and this rock is really hot. I can feel the heat. And this, what it does is it actually grills your food. A lot of people believe that a hot rock is better for grilling a steak than doing it on the grill itself. Now this looks yummy. You're your own chef, so if you spoil it, it's your problem. And if you can do it right, you're going to have a great meal. It's time to dig in. There's no time to talk. This is a sizzling piece of lobster tail that I've made myself. You know, this is as fresh as it can get. And this, I think, will also help you respect people who cook, right? When you're doing it yourself, there's very little time. You've got to cut in time, you've got to turn in time. You've got to ensure because there's heat only from one side so it doesn't get burned from the lower end. While you're doing this, also enjoying your meal, it makes you respect those people who serve food to you. And I think this is when you'll also realize that it's not easy. But this is really nice. I think I've done my job well. You know, this is one of the oldest ways of cooking. This came into use much before there were clay pots and earthen pots. And you know, it's very fascinating to understand how this whole trend of cooking on a rock started. You know, this was after a meteor hit some part that was close to Russia and on the border of Kazakhstan. And there people found that everything was destroyed. There was nothing else but rock all over. And they had nothing else. That's when they tried to cook over a rock and they found that this was a cheap medium and a very, very tasty medium. And I think that's not changed. Even today, when I'm having this lobster tail, it's extremely tasty. And the best part is, it's done by me. Well done.
As you can see from our slogan is we bring out the chef in you. And we wanted you to be your own chef, create your own meals and be like adventurous.
And for the next dish, I have decided to shift myself. I'm sitting at the teppanyaki table, although I'm not going in for teppanyaki. I'm going to go and try something called the bibimbap. Now, bibimbap is more Korean than Japanese. So if you go to a Korean restaurant, this is something that you will definitely have. Again, it's food that's served in stone, and you got to see how this whole process is done. Chef right here is actually doing it for me. Okay.
This is the chicken one. So this is the teriyaki sauce, and this one the spicy one. So
yeah,
it's okay. We'll
half.
Here. Yeah, half.
Okay. Now this actually is the most popular Korean dish. You go to any Korean restaurant, you will definitely get the bibimbap. And bibimbap quite literally means mixed rice, and that's exactly what she's doing. She's mixing the rice. You can see it's steaming because this stone vessel itself is also very hot. So that's a bibimbap that's ready to be eaten. And now when you look at it, you know why it's called mixed rice, because that's what it literally is. It's mixed rice. Everything has been mixed and it's ready to be consumed. Because I used the teriyaki sauce, that's of course the dominating taste, because everything else was used as is. The vegetables were as is, the chicken was as is. So depending on what sort of sauce you use and how you use the sauce, that's how your bibimbap is going to taste. And the best thing is that you can keep adding and keep changing the taste. Okay, so people who've never tried Korean food, bibimbap is a good thing to start this cuisine with. It's got very, very generic Far Eastern flavors. Now, talking about this place in general, now this place offers a very, very different experience, right? I tried only the specialities of this place, and you would have realized that these are things that you don't get very easily at other Japanese restaurants or even Korean restaurants for that matter. So if you want to have a Far Eastern meal and want to experience it very differently, then Shabu Shabu is definitely your place. I'm going to head out and look for another restaurant to bring to you. Till then, बस एक ही बात याद रखिए, no सवाल, no doubt, सबका solution, weekend out.
It's a Day Company production.